What happens when a journey begins beside the sea and keeps climbing higher and higher into the sky? In Sea to Sky, Rhythm and Co. travel from India's southern coastline towards higher and higher landscapes. We'll begin beside the sea and journey to places higher and higher above it. From coastal landscapes to hills, mountains, and eventually some of the highest places we can reach. But this is not just a journey through places. As we climb higher, the world around us begins to change. The air changes, the temperature changes, the plants around us change, and so does the wildlife. But as we travel from sea level higher and higher into the sky, what actually changes and why? Along the way, we will observe, we will experiment, we will measure, and together we will discover what really changes as we travel from sea to sky.
Welcome to Sea to Sky. Every journey has a starting point. For Rhythm, Papa and Mama, this one begins on a railway platform in Bengaluru. Ahead lies an overnight journey across southern India, towards Nagarcoil, and beyond it, the southern edge of the Indian mainland. As Bengaluru slowly disappears behind them, they begin travelling south, leaving the familiar behind, 1 kilometre at a time. Outside their window, landscapes change, towns appear and disappear, and daylight slowly gives way to darkness. But while they sleep, the journey continues. And by morning, the world outside looks different. The crowded city has given way to coconut palms, open landscapes, and the unmistakable colours of southern Tamil Nadu. Somewhere ahead lies the sea, and a place where 3 great bodies of water meet at the edge of a continent. After a night on the rails, Rhythm, Papa and Mama are nearing Nagarcoil, the gateway to the first destination of their journey. They began hundreds of kilometers away. But their journey from sea to sky is only just beginning.
Nagarcoil. After an overnight trip from Bengaluru, we have reached Nagarcoil. And Nagarcoil is the gateway to India's most southern tip, Kanyakumari. And that's where we are now. We are here to ride a bike so that we can roam around and have some freedom, go anywhere we want and roam around Nagarcoil and Kanyakumari. Welcome to Kanyakumari.
Rhythm, why do we remove the footwear in the temples?
Because the temple is a purified, nice place. So removing the shoes and slippers means showing respect to the temple. Gandhi Memorial. So the Gandhi Memorial is designed in such a way that the sunlight will fall in the ashes on every October 2. Children remember stories and mysteries, not dates. Mahatma Gandhi is a freedom fighter. How did he fight? Did he fight with swords? Did he fight with guns? Did he fight with hitting others? No. He fought with peace. On this spot were the ashes of Mahatma Gandhi kept on 12th February 1948 before immersion.
The Gandhi Memorial in Kanyakumari was built in memory of Mahatma Gandhi. Inside is the sacred spot where Gandhi's ashes were once placed, allowing people to pay their respects before the ashes were immersed in the sea. But this memorial is more than a monument. Its architecture was designed with a remarkable connection to Mahatma Gandhi. High above this sacred spot, the architects created a carefully positioned opening in the roof. And every year, on October 2nd, Gandhi's birthday, the position of the sun creates a remarkable alignment. Sunlight passes through the opening and falls directly upon the exact spot where his ashes had once been placed. So here, architecture and the movement of the sun come together, creating a tribute that returns with sunlight every year. Cool, sweet, and refreshing, exactly what rhythm needed before continuing our exploration. With our energy restored, we began walking towards the Kanyakumari View Tower. Step by step, we climbed higher, leaving the busy streets below us. And when we finally reached the top, the view opened before our eyes. Beyond the rooftops stretched the vast ocean, powerful, endless, and magnificent. From here, Kanyakumari revealed itself from an entirely different perspective. A small piece of land, surrounded by the majestic sea. For a few moments, we simply stood there, watching the waves, feeling the wind, and taking in the sheer beauty of India's southern coast. After a long day of traveling and exploring Kanyakumari, it was time to slow down. Our Airbnb became a quiet little home away from home, a comfortable place to unpack, recharge, and prepare for the journey ahead. For Rhythm, it was a chance to relax after new sights and experiences. For us, it was where the day's memories settled in before another adventure began. As evening approached, Chotavilai Beach revealed its quieter, more playful side. Waves rolled gently towards the shore, and somewhere between the sea and the sand, time simply slipped away. By the time the journey continued towards Kanyakumari's sunset point, the sun had already disappeared beyond the horizon. But after dark, the place had a character of its own. Food stalls glowed beneath the evening sky, filling the air with color, conversation, and the aroma of freshly prepared seafood. The sunset may have been missed, but the flavors, atmosphere, and energy of the night made the evening equally memorable. The first day ended with a well-earned night's rest at the Airbnb, but before Kanyakumari had fully awakened, the second day was already beginning. At 5:30 in the morning, the first light of dawn had begun to spread across the sky. At Sunrise Point, a large crowd had already gathered, each person waiting for the same moment. A narrow pathway extended farther into the sea, with water on both sides and an uninterrupted view of the horizon. At first, there was nothing. Only the pale morning sky meeting the ocean. Then, a thin orange edge appeared. Within moments, it rose into a perfect circle, bright, fiery, and glowing above the water. And completing this remarkable view were two of Kanyakumari's greatest landmarks, the Vivekananda Rock Memorial and the towering Thiruvalluvar Statue. It was more than a sunrise. It was the ocean, the sky, and the monuments of Kanyakumari coming together in one unforgettable frame. With the morning sun now above the horizon, attention turned towards one of Kanyakumari's most iconic destinations, the Vivekananda Rock Memorial. But reaching the rock required a little patience. The journey began with a long queue, slowly moving towards the ticket counter as visitors waited for their turn to cross the sea. Eventually the tickets were secured, and it was time to board the ferry. The engine came to life. The shoreline began to recede, and the memorial slowly grew larger across the water. But as the ferry moved through the waves, an interesting question emerged. A ferry is heavy, and it carries so many passengers, so how does it remain floating on the water?
Papa, I am sitting in the ferry. So do you know why the ferry floats even though it's so heavy? Let me explain. The ferry floats even though it's so heavy because it's hollow and it has a massive bulk of water which pushes down, and the water in the ocean pushes up, which is called buoyancy.
A ferry can weigh thousands of kilograms and carry many people. So, why doesn't all that weight make it safe?
First, gravity pulls the ferry and everything inside it downward. But something else is happening. The water beneath the ferry is pushing upward. When the upward buoyant force balances the ferry's downward weight, the ferry floats. When the ferry enters the water, its hull pushes a large amount of water out of the way.
More than 130 years ago, the Swami Vivekananda swam across the strong waters, Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea. So he sat on the rock inside this memorial and he meditated. So why he meditated? He meditated for peace and to make India stronger. So stepping away from the noise can make things better.
Long before the memorial was built, this was simply a lonely rock surrounded by the sea. In December 1892, a young Swami Vivekananda arrived at Kanyakumari. He saw the isolated rock and felt drawn to its silence and solitude. Tradition holds that he swam through the difficult waters to reach the rock. After reaching it, he climbed onto the rock, far away from the activity and noise of the shore. There, surrounded by the vast ocean, he entered a period of deep meditation and reflection. He reflected upon India, its ancient wisdom, its struggles, and the future of its people. Today, the Vivekananda Rock Memorial stands at the place associated with that historic meditation. Visitors come here, not merely to see a monument, but to experience silence and reflection. From the memorial, the journey continued across the glass bridge. With the sea stretching endlessly on both sides, every step offered a new perspective. At the end of the bridge stood one of India's most remarkable monuments, the Thiruvalluvar Statue. Rising high above the sea, the statue honors Thiruvalluvar, the great Tamil poet and philosopher, whose timeless work, the Thirukkural, has guided generations with lessons on virtue, wealth, and love. Standing 133 feet tall, the monument was designed with meaning. The 38-foot pedestal represents the first section of the Thirukkural, dedicated to virtue. Above it, the 95-foot statue represents the remaining sections, on wealth and love. Together, they form a total height of 133 feet, symbolizing the 133 chapters of this ancient masterpiece. As Rhythm looked up at the towering figure, history, literature, and engineering came together in a monument that continues to inspire millions. Standing amidst the meeting point of three seas, the statue reminds every visitor that great ideas can stand the test of time, just like the waves that never stop reaching these shores.
You know why it's so windy here? Because the heat in the land heats up faster than the sea. So the warm air rises while the cold air tries to replace it. That's why it feels windy in coastal places like such as Kanyakumari. Dad, what is sea level? Sea level means an average height of the ocean. Scientists use it to measure or for how high or low it is. Like Bangalore is 500 meters above sea level, and right now we are in Kanyakumari, where it is almost zero. Oxygen. In the sea level, the oxygen is more denser in the air. So as we climb higher into the mountains, the air gets thinner and will get difficult to breathe. So we will experience this. Triveni Sangam, where three seas meet. But is it actually three seas meeting? Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, and Bay of Bengal? It's not actually like that. It's not one sea, not this one sea, not that one sea. It's actually just one sea. And people have just given it name. Like example, this is Arabian Sea, this is Indian Ocean, and that is Bay of Bengal. So, why did they call it three seas? To help sailors to identify, scientists to identify, and weather experts to identify.
Kanyakumari, sea level, the perfect baseline from which every climb, every discovery will be measured. This is only the beginning. With every destination, the altitude will rise, and the story of our planet will unfold, one climb at a time. Follow and join Rhythm and Papa YouTube channel as they continue their journey along with Mama, from sea to sky.
Listen to the reggae gun, rock and